Alright, so first you want to collect all your samples. You can use Roundup Ready soybeans, which you could use a mortar and pestle, or you can blend it, and you should get like a powder-like substance like this. Another sample that we're using to test is our Total Soy non-GMO here. We are doing the Thermo Scientific GeneJet DNA purification protocol. Alright, so what we have here is all of our samples and our centrifuge and our microcentrifuge tube. So we're going to start off with a microcentrifuge tube, and then we're going to use 0.1 gram of sample. Like that. And then we're going to use our lysis buffer A, which we have already prepared. We're going to do about 7 microliters, and it varies depending on your professor or the protocol you're following. So we're going to do 700. I'm just going to put it here. Alright. And then now next, you're going to add in 100 microliters of lysis buffer B and 20 microliters of RNase A.
So how sarcastic should we be? So you start by opening the Excel program.
Just add it to that. Then you want to add 20 microliters. Of the RNase A. And then you want to just add it into there. Alright, so now once you have it, you want to put it into your boat, and then that's where we're going to centrifuge it. We're going to incubate it for 10 minutes at 65 Celsius. So I'm going to bring it over. Sample. Our microcentrifuge tube earlier.
Yeah.
And then now you want to sit on ice for about 5 minutes. So after 5 minutes of putting it on ice, you want to take your sample and just another water sample is fine, and then you want to centrifuge it. And centrifuge for 8 minutes at 13.3. You want to take it and you want to transfer about 450 to 500 microliters of your sample into a new centrifuge tube, microcentrifuge tube. I'm just going to transfer it to a new one like that. And in that microcentrifuge tube, I'm going to add 400 microliters of the plant gDNA binding solution. And then I'm going to add about 400 microliters of 96% ethanol. And then I'm just going to mix well by vortexing it. Alright, so after vortexing it, mixing it thoroughly, we're going to take about 650. You want something around 600 to 700 microliters. You're going to take that and then open that. amount of that sample, and then you want to put it into a spin column. Now with this and a balancer, we're gonna centrifuge this for 1 minute at 600. Back over here, I'm just gonna balance it out. Close it.
Ready?
We want to do it for, what was it, James? 1 minute? 1 minute. So lower it back down to 1 minute. And
He wants to avoid that.
Oh, that's right. I cut the
and then you display and it'll centrifuge. And once it's done, take it out. So now you want to discard your flow-through solution. So the bottom half, which would contain solution, you would just dump it out, put it back on here, and then you would just take the rest of your sample here, and you would pipe it and just top it right on top of that one. You would take that sample again, with your balancer, you would balance it one more time, again for 1 minute, 6.0, and then once you get it back, you would add 500 microliters of the wash buffer. So by this point, there should be flow through, there should be nothing right here. We'll take about 500 microliters of wash buffer. Add it to the top of your spin column.
I'm seriously not joking. Like he just used.
And then you would centrifuge it again
They didn't like
for
it.
1 more minute, but this time at 800 or 8.0. Once you receive it back, you would have more discard, and then you would just dump it out. Wash buffer 2. Right on top. And then we're going to centrifuge it for 3 minutes at the highest speed, which is 13.3. And again, this is for 3 minutes. Once it comes out, we will have some collection in the bottom of this tube, and we're just going to empty it. Now that we have this one, we're going to transfer it into a clean new microcentrifuge. Okay, so with the new one, we're going to put the top half of the spin column into record 2 like this. Now we're going to add 100 microliters of elution buffer. Right on top. Close that. Take your balancer. And you're going to put this into the centrifuge for 1 minute at 8,000 or 8.0. But before you do the 1 minute at 8,000, you want to let it sit at room temperature for about 5 minutes. And then after the 5 minute, you would do centrifuge for 1 minute at 8.0 or 8,000. Now once it comes out, you want to just discard. Use this for 1 minute at 13.3. We're going to take it and we're going to use a new microcentrifuge tube. We're going to transfer the top half of our spin column into a new microcentrifuge. We're going to take this and then we're going to add our elution buffer. Our elution buffer is going to be 100 microliters. Taking, and then you're going to incubate this for 5 minutes at room temperature. After 5 minutes up, you're going to centrifuge it at 1 minute for at 8,000 or 8.0. Once you're done, you take it out of the centrifuge. You want to add another 100 microliters of elution buffer on top. Close that up. Take your balancer. Again, you want to put it into microcentrifuge. For 1 minute. So after our second elution buffer spin, we will have some samples on the bottom. You take the top half, you can discard it, and then whatever you have left in here, you want to keep that, and you can store it at -20 degrees Celsius.
Oh, she looks good.